Hey, you guys! I got a news alert on my computer, and I was like, man, I got to come to you guys to show you what I found. Uh, we had that news recently that YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, all the major social networking sites all said, hey, look, even though you should be allowed, because freedom of speech is something that we all kind of agree on, right? So, but all those social media sites says you can say anything you want, but you can't say this. So if you go against the official guidelines, the official mainstream guidelines of the world, which is don't wear a mask, or, wear a mask. If you say you don't want to wear a mask, or whatever it is, if you go against what the main line is, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Vimeo, all of them came out and said, look, we're going to take your video down. We believe in freedom of speech, but except for da-da-da-da-da. So we had that just recently, and now we see that Trump is targeting the news alert. I had to pull off and show you guys this. The news alert I just got was Trump issues executive order targeting social media companies. From CNN published this, which is hilarious. I just want to bring it to your attention real quickly. Trump just did this just now. I had to stop and pull over and show you. Trump is saying that Donald Trump signed an executive order targeting social media companies on Thursday, days after Twitter called two of his tweets potentially misleading. Now, why this is so interesting is Trump is a freedom of speech champion, man. This dude, even though you might not like him and you may say this and that about him, you're allowed to, according to the Constitution, the First Amendment of the Constitution, that Congress shall make no law. There should be a freedom to speak and do and say whatever you want, as long as you don't hurt somebody. But if you want to say that you grow purple hair on Thursday nights you can say whatever you want. It's freedom of speech. Now, let me show you the part this is the part in the article that I thought was so interesting. So you have, let's see, where is it down here? We always, let me go to it. Let's see, where is it at? Here, over here. We always thought that bias, no. On Tuesday, let's see. Here we go. A small handful of social media monopolies control a vast portion of all public and private communications in the United States, he claimed. They have unchecked power to censor, restrict, edit, shape, hide, or alter virtually any form of communication between private citizens and large public audiences. So we know that the pandemic movie got taken off of YouTube because it didn't go along with the official guidelines, the official story of what everyone, so YouTube admits this. We're not conspiracy theorists anymore. We're not that anymore. It's the truth. We have wondered and thought, and we've said for years, hey, they just mysteriously took that video down and it said guidelines. Why? Well, now they're coming out and saying that we don't believe and we don't like what you have to say. Freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of ideas is gone. Absolutely gone. And Trump says it too, because now he's being censored as the president of the United States. So he issued this executive order, and what it allows, I looked down at it, it allows for us to be able to litigate and sue social media companies. Before, they weren't really allowed to be sued or pressed into because of different laws that had been passed in the past. So, but Trump says no. If they're going to censor freedom of speech is what we're built on as a country. And Trump says no more. He will not allow freedom of speech to die in this country as the president of the United States. So I'm here to say that if you don't like Trump, great. That doesn't really matter. But you have to stand behind freedom of speech. It is a staple. It is a mainstay of our country. It is what everything is founded on. If I give you the right, if I want to say what I want to say, I have to give you the right to say what you want to say. That's freedom of speech. As long as you don't hurt anyone. As long as you're not telling somebody to kill all, whatever. You have to allow people to say what they want to say regardless. That's freedom of speech. but understand the way the society works nowadays. There is a great constraint on you and I, what we have to say. If they can't restrict you, if they can't tell you what to think, and you're a free thinker, you're on your own, they don't like that. And now we have Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Vimeo, all of them coming out saying, yes, what you've thought for years is true. We are going to censor you from now on. If you're not saying what goes along with the mainstream ideas and guidelines, we're taking no more freedom of speech. Unbelievable, unbelievable. And Trump has finally had it. He came out just now. Breaking news just now. He has issued an executive order to stop this nonsense. Way to go, Trump. Way to be a champion for freedom of speech. This is so important in this day and age. Why? Because power is knowledge and the lack of it is death.